Welcome to the 74 Escape Gallery and Store Meet the Designer series. I'm Öykü and I'll be introducing you to some of the Turkish designers who are a part of the store this year. The 74 Escape Gallery and Store celebrates and champions homegrown talent emerging from a heightened sense of solidarity and unity after the last difficult 6 months. Let's meet the designers. I'm Öykü Baştaş and we are here with Mina from Anim Living. First, maybe do you want to introduce yourself and tell us the story of your brand?
Hi, hello. I'm Mina. I'm the creator of Anim, which I call a lifestyle brand with a focus on home textiles. So everyone thinks Anim is the acronym of my name Mina, which is true. But Anim also means to be alive, to be full of spirits, as the Latin root of anim suggests, as you would know from the words such as like animal and animation. I always wanted to create a brand that would be full of life and that would not solely sell products, but also would tell stories of them as well. So we launched Anim a year ago as a lifestyle brand with a focus on home textiles, as I said. Both home textiles and textiles is a family heritage to me, something I grew up within. We say that Anim is rooted in quality, cultural responsibility, and sustainability. And what we really try to do is, while staying true to our domestic origins, with some design elements borrowed from it, like a wide range of cultural influences, we try to tell stories through textiles, which I think is really important because Turkey is such a rich country in terms of cultural influences, ancient textiles, and so much more. So we try to combine these values with a young and cool spirit and a modern take with our own values. So this is what Anim is about.
Okay, great. And I want to ask you, like, what are some of the most unforgettable escapes, like vacations that have inspired you or your brand?
So it's a very nice question because whenever someone asks like how and why, from where is Anim inspired, I say I have created a brand which embraces my two homes, the culture of my two homes, Istanbul and LA, and basically everywhere in between. When we look at Istanbul, I see every small village outside of Istanbul, as well as the villages of Anatolia, quite inspirational. And I see them as escapes because I'm constantly in search of different fabrics. So I travel to these little villages a lot. And actually, we source a lot of vintage fabrics from those villages. And on the other side, for example, Bodrum and Patmos are two very uniquely inspirational places that I would say, especially that inspired the world, the Aegean world of Anim. Aegean is a collection under Anim's 4 core collections. And I don't call it an escape since I lived there for nearly 4 or 5 years, but everything about LA is quite inspirational to the identity of the brand. As far as the growth of it, everywhere that I had the chance to travel to, from like Tokyo to Mexico, from Ibiza to Puglia, like these are some of my recent travels. So all of this has helped me and still helps me and us to grow Anim as a brand. And since the essence of our brand is like deeply rooted in the nomadic spirit of the traditional Turkish culture, traveling is like a core inspirations on itself as for our brand.
Yeah. And like, where else do you search for inspiration? Like you already told us that you get inspired from traveling, but like, you want to add something else? Like, how does it shape the collection or the pieces you create?
So like, as much as this might sound quite cliche, inspiration does really come from everywhere, in my opinion, from nature itself, from people I meet, to arts, to travels, for everything. I really have a soft spot for vintage textiles. My grandmother has her own textiles collection for ages. So wherever I travel to, first thing I look for is vintage textiles, or like any kind of textile, I would say. So everything we get from these vintage textiles are very valuable inspirations to our current collections, I would say. And there's one quote by Bella Levitsky that I love, and that is very unique to what Anim is about. She says, to move freely, you must be deeply rooted. So knowing where we come from with what we have in hand, it gives me immense amount of strength and an urge for creativity for everything we do under Anim Collections. So I feel very lucky to be born and raised in Istanbul, and everywhere we travel to from here, it's just like makes this journey more exciting.
Yes, I agree. I definitely agree. So do you want to share with us your latest favorite piece?
Actually I have one very unique favorite piece from the latest collection, and it actually goes all the way back to the roots, the thing we were talking about in your earlier question. So we have these retro Teya placemats. They also come as in coasters. They were initially inspired by the mid-century modern interiors of the 1980s, where a lot of like colorful pop details were engaged. But the embroideries were actually drawn from the figures within my grandmother's Suzani fabrics, which actually date back to the nomadic tribes in the Central Asian countries many, many years ago. So what came out as a combination of these two inspirations turned out to be quite colorful, optimistic, and playful. And it's one of our best sellers at the moment. So this one's really one of my favorites, I would say.
Yeah, I would love to see. I'm curious.
I will show you afterwards. They're really pop. They're really colorful. I know they might be intense for some people because it just pops out of a lot of embroidery in color, but they're quite optimistic and they give a sense of joy, in my opinion.
Okay. So like, how is your brand tied to our culture, to like Turkish culture, to geography, or like our heritage and or like our history? What can you say about this?
So we always say Anim is rooted in cultural responsibility, and it's something we truly believe in. Everything we do, like from our inspirations to our design and production process, they're strongly tied to the culture, geography, heritage, and of course the history. First and foremost, we only use Turkish fabrics, and we try to tell their unique stories within collections, where they come from, who produced them, why and where and how. So we try to approach with this kind of mentality to the creation and design and production timelines of the collections. We try to. I think so too, because like home textile is something you have 24/7, 365 days within your house, within your home. So I think we as people have needs, like we have the right to know more about what we use in our everyday life. So where the fabrics come from, in what conditions they are produced, who are producing them, why, etc., etc. So another thing is we try to support traditional handicraft wherever we can, especially within our root collection. We're constantly in search of using and repurposing vintage fabrics, where we create limited edition textile pieces as well. So we give great importance to recycling and reusing, and with a lot of amazing fabrics from all the places in around Turkey, I think what we do is truly tied to the heritage and the history, and automatically to the geography, because we work with a lot of producers, a lot of factories, a lot of small family-owned ateliers, a lot of everything regarding textiles.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think it's really important what you do, and like you explain it very well. So I think
Thank
it's
you.
really great. And I want to also ask you about like your summer stays in Turkey. Like, what are your favorites?
I mean, everywhere around Turkey, like summer in Turkey is the best thing anyone can experience. And I know this very well from my foreign friends too. So once again, it's like we're very proud to be Turkish, and we're very lucky to be actually spending our summers mostly in Turkey. So I really love going back and forth to Aman Rüya Hotel in Bodrum. Aman is such an inspirational brand and such an inspirational world on its own anyways, and Aman Rüya is a really amazingly hidden gem, I would say. it's really calm and nice to be there. I truly believe it's a must-see for everyone. And another place I would say is the Bodrum Yacht Club. It's also a favorite. We really enjoy stopping by once in a while every summer. So even for a couple of days to stay there, or for like afternoon drinks to stop by the boat, I think it's definitely worth going there.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, amazing place. And like, maybe like, what is your most unforgettable Mediterranean escape? Like, other than Turkey, maybe somewhere else?
Mm-hmm. So I might say Ibiza. I know it's accepted like as this insane party island, which is, but I think the nature, the interiors of the houses, the unique style of the island itself is very, very inspirational. We had an amazing week last summer, actually around these times, I think. We rented a beach house with friends, and the house was designed by one of my favorite interior architects, and she's called Anabel Kutucu. She has done amazing projects in a lot of like Greek islands. She's actually, I think, one of the interior architects of Scorpios Mykonos as well, and other boutique hotels in the Mediterranean, I think. So it was such a unique house with such unique interiors, and I think staying there made our week and stay more special and more local. So it was a beautiful weekend that I cannot forget, and I cannot wait to go back either.
Yeah. And like, what is new for you? What's coming for your brand? Or like, do you want to talk about your new projects?
So we recently launched a small collaboration with Melesti, inspired by our Under the Sun collection, which is our newest collection, and inspired by also Melez's new summer iced teas. We did a limited edition like coasters and cocktail napkins together with the brand, and they turned out to be very, very nice actually. At the moment, we're nearly done with summer, so we're working on the fall winter collection, where we dream of a utopia where one can live 24/7 outdoors. So this is the idea that's coming up, and that's behind the new collection. And I think although home textiles is something to be known as essentials, we try to create collections where we can tell the stories of the inspirations and so much more. So with so many cultural influences and such amazing fabrics all over the country, I think it's impossible not to approach home textiles as only as essentials. It's much more than to that. So every season we try to add something upon the essentials we already have.
Yeah. Okay. And I want to ask you one last thing. Can you please tell us about joining the 74 Escape Gallery and Store? Like, what it means for you to be among the selection of homegrown talent, and what pieces can we find there?
Mm-hmm. So we had the privilege to be a part of 74's projects earlier this year. It's always a pleasure to work with them, where you become a part of much bigger cross-cultural community. And I think this is amazing as an opportunity, because you get to connect with such amazing people, learn and create with them together. And just like that, joining the 74 Escape Gallery and Store was a very happy moment for us. Homegrown talent is something I personally appreciate very much, even before launching Anim. And as a person who has the eye for design and crafts, being a part of this community with Anim is very valuable to us, I would say. And we currently have the Under the Sun collection at the store right now at Maçakızı Bodrum. We have our bathrobes, beach towels, decorative pillows, straws, placemats, napkins, and other tableware pieces. So basically all the essentials, but with a happier and sunnier take, where sunrise orange, sweet yellow, pink, Klein blue are at the core of the collection's color scheme. So it's a quite happy and sunny and optimistic collection. And all parts of the collection can be seen at the store currently at Bodrum.
Okay, I can't wait to see it. I'm so like I
I
wanna
hope
see
you like them.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. I also want to see your favorite piece after this.
I promise I will send it to you.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
really unique.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you and being a part of these podcasts. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mina. Bye.
Bye bye. See you. Take care.